Hi authors, my name is Jennifer Carr and I'm here to help you build more realistic characters with psychology. As both a marriage and family counselor and a former high school AP psychology teacher, I have insider information that could help you write better stories and more relatable characters. I've talked about trauma more than once, and it's such a broad topic that can really magnify a character's performance, if you will, when done correctly. Today I want to break down 3 types of trauma and what they might look like for your character. To ensure my video does not get taken down, I'm going to use broad terms to describe some very specific things, and I hope you can read between the lines. If you have questions, feel free as always to ask them in the comments. First up is acute trauma. This is the result of a single distressing event that threatens your physical or emotional security. Examples include physical aggressions against the human body of all kinds, whether intentional or accidental. Also natural disasters. They typically create long-lasting impressions that can influence future behaviors. Acute trauma can manifest itself and look like anxiety, panic, irritation, insomnia, a lack of trust, a lack of focus, and aggression. Then we have complex trauma. This is the result of exposure to multiple traumatic events or experiences. This type of trauma severely impacts the brain and the way of thinking. Victims of aggressive misdeeds and misconduct, domestic brutality, neglect, intense family disputes, complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and civil unrest can end up developing complex trauma. You can expect physical health, mental health, relationships, and performance at school or work to become unstable and suffer. People with medically unexplained chronic health conditions would likely find through effective therapy they're carrying some form of complex trauma. Lastly, let's look at chronic trauma. When you're exposed to multiple long-term and prolonged traumatic events over an extended period of time, this is chronic trauma. Examples of events that can cause chronic trauma include severe illness, domestic brutality, bullying, and extremely distressing situations like war. Symptoms of chronic trauma can remain dormant and not show themselves until years after the trauma exposure. These symptoms can look like anxiety, anger, flashbacks, emotional outbursts, PTSD, headaches, and nausea. If a person has chronic trauma, they may have difficulty keeping a stable job or keeping relationships intact. I hope this is helpful in some way, at least to get you started down the path of understanding trauma in order to better write traumatized characters. Your goal should be to keep the focus on your story and to hold your reader's attention. If you have questions about traumatizing your characters, or if you just want to dive deeper into topics like this one, let me know and I'll be glad to make it happen. Just leave your comments and suggestions down below. And be sure to follow for more.